Okay, with no further ado, everybody, I want to introduce you now. I want to bring here David Tatum into screen. He's coming on screen now. I've known David for a while here, and he's come up with some neat stuff, and I wanted to bring him on the show and introduce him and have him talk to you about the kind of part that he's got. But, David, because we got you on, I saw you and got it on real quick here. I didn't get a chance to get a bio from you. Is there anything you'd like to say? You know, say hi, but give us an idea of who you are, what you do, and what's going on in your life.
Well, long story short, my parents, or my dad was self-employed pretty much all his life, and I grew up the same way. Basically, if it's broke, fix it. You know, so I always worked my own trucks, did my own carpentry work, and when I got into firearms or repairing firearms, it was kind of the same thing. If there's something you don't like, find a way to fix it.
There you go. You sound like your dad, man.
Right.
Everybody, if you don't know, Con is David's dad, so that's cool. We have it in the family here. That's pretty good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, David. I met you, or I saw you in a parking lot one day, and you were telling me about this part, and I was kind of in a rush, and I didn't have a chance to really thoroughly go through my brain. And then I saw you a couple more times, and we talked about it a little bit further, and I got a better understanding of it, and I wanted to get you on the show to explain it. Why don't you tell me, first of all, what you have, the part that you have, what it's called, and where does it go, what does it do, and what gun specifically is it made for?
Okay. What we have is a newly designed, patented, ambidextrous thumb safety for the 1911 handguns. Developed because most 1911s, when they are equipped with an ambidextrous safety, those safeties tend to get real spongy. The gun was not designed to be ambidextrous. So we came up with a safety that was stronger, had more structural rigidity to it, had to make a minor modification to the receiver to be able to accomplish this. But when you do that, you add a lot of strength to that safety, and you take a lot of that slop and wobble out.
Okay.
So
let's do this. Now, everybody, when you're listening to this, if you're into this type of gun, and if you're not and you want to learn, there's going to be a video up probably Monday of this segment here. You should watch it because we're going to be showing some things up on the screen. So what I want to do first is just show you a standard 1911. Once you see it, you're going to know, oh, that's a 1911. And if you'll notice, if you're holding the gun in your shooting hand on the left side of the gun towards the rear and the hammer, there's a lever on the side. That's the safety we're talking about. And why would somebody want an ambidextrous safety? And here's two reasons. One, I'm a left-handed shooter. I would manipulate the safety with my thumb, but there's none on the right side of the gun as I'm looking at it. Or if I'm a right-handed shooter and I get injured and I need to be able to switch hands, it'd be nice to have an ambidextrous safety. So that's where David's part is coming in very handy here. Go ahead. And you said the standard part is not built the way it should as compared to yours. Explain that again.
Well, keep it in mind, the 1911 was designed in 1911. And in 1911, if you're left-handed, well, sucks to be you. So we had to make a modification to the receiver that would actually make the gun truly conducive with left-handed or ambidextrous use. Okay, so we did make a very minor modification. And if you can see here on the video, there's just a very small hole we put in this side of the receiver that basically matches the original hole. But what it does is it allows us...
There's no hole on that side. You actually added, you didn't modify. Okay.
Correct. We added that hole there. But what it does is it allows us to run a secondary pin all the way through the receiver. Now you have two locking points that really stabilizes that safety, and you take all that wobble out of it.
Use that screen for me. Show them the difference between a generic ambidextrous safety and the weak spot, and how yours overcomes that weak spot.
Okay, if you can see it, it holds this safety one side to the other, is this split pin here on the bottom.
So if I use my finger, if you can't see it on the screen, I'll use my hands. One piece has got a split, and the other side comes into that split, and one twists the other, so you have a tendency to want to wallow it out with use. Okay?
Exactly, and that's the only thing that actually holds one side to the other. On ours, we extended the sear engagement part and ran a secondary pin all the way through the receiver, and that takes almost all of the resistance and the over-travel torquing out of that split pin. So you don't have a metal fatigue build up there that's going to create slop and wobble inside your safety.
So instead of this one like I showed you before, this one piece, now there's a secondary one in the back that connects so it keeps it stable. So instead of it just wallowing out, you got two pieces and it moves like that. Is that correct?
Exactly right.
Very good. I can see how it works. Now, who do you think would benefit from that the most? Probably.
I designed it as a practical thing for people that you don't know what kind of scenario you're talking about. You're always talking about be ready. Okay, well, this is one of those things. It doesn't have to be a Holocaust situation. You break your thumb playing basketball, you need to make a shot left-handed. That's a major plus. But the biggest thing to this, as opposed to other safeties, is somebody who is really using that handgun. Competitive shooters especially shoot a lot of left-handed, a lot of tactical individuals, military, law enforcement, people who are really working that safety.
This is big on that. This is very big, because I was talking to him before we went on air about how I've got, 1911s is my gun. I love it. But I'm gentle with it. I'm not in a tactical scenario. I'm going to use it for self-defense, so I may not use it as much, and I'm well aware of the mechanics of the gun, and I treat it with proper respect. But what he's talking about here is absolutely, you're going to be engaging it hard, so I can see very much where that part comes into play. So if you're a competition shooter, if you're a tactical operator, you really need to check out this video. David, how can they contact you?
The easiest way is get a hold of or look at our website, www.tatumtactical.com. That's got all my contact information on there. You can look at the safety. You can see how it engages, all the different aspects of it, and contact information is there. You can call me or email me.
Say it again and spell it out for everybody.
Okay, it's www.tatumtactical.com.
And Tatum is T-A-T...
T-A-T-U-M...
Tactical.
T-A-C...
No, you don't have to spell that, but it's T-A-T-U-M tactical.com. Okay.
Exactly.
Very good. All right, and they can find out all these parts. Now, you've got this one here on your 1911, and it can fit any gun, because everybody, correct me if I'm wrong, all 1911s, from the trigger guard all the way across to where the hammer is, all the mechanisms are the same. Nothing changes. So it can go on any size gun, a 3-inch barrel, 3.5-inch, 4-inch commander barrels, 5-inch barrels, long slides, it doesn't matter, because all the working mechanisms of that 1911 are the same. So nobody has to worry about it. Now, where can they take their gun to get it modified?
Really, any competent gunsmith can do it. And if they have any questions, they can contact me directly. We have several custom builders that are doing installations. Mitchell Custom Guns out in Breckenridge, for example, he's installed these safeties into single stack 1911s, everything from the smallest compact up to full size 2011 STI competition pistols. I mean, you can put the safety in virtually any 1911. Really, for a competent gunsmith, it's a pretty simple operation, and really just about any competent gunsmith can do it. I do all my own work.
Can people come to you, or you can't do that?
Technically, I'm not licensed as a manufacturer or gunsmith, so I don't do those.
Okay.
But we do work with other gunsmiths in the area that do that for us.
Now, everybody, let me make a comment here too. Ambidextrous safeties are very important for another reason too, because if you're a left-handed shooter, there's certain things that go on when shooting this gun, and we were talking about this too, David, before we went on air. But if you'll notice here, we got this beautiful gun that Sean McVicker did for me, absolutely beautiful. We'll be talking about that at another show. But I'm a left-handed shooter, and if the hammer is cocked, if the hammer's not cocked, if the hammer's down, I don't need to put the safety on. But as a left-handed shooter, if it's a normal gun and it doesn't have an ambidextrous safety, I've got to cock the hammer, then I got to push the safety down, and it's just backwards. I don't want to go against the flow. When it comes out of my holster, I'd have to cock the hammer, then pull the trigger. It's two different opposite directions. Whereas with an ambidextrous safety, being left-handed, I got the safety on. As the weapon comes out of the holster and I'm going forward, my thumb is pushing forward, the safety off in that position. So if you're going to be doing that, you're going to want one for sure, ambidextrous safety. And this product that David has here, if you're going to be doing a lot, it's going to be an excellent product to put on your gun for stability and not to wear out or wallow out. Because he's right. This piece here, once again, the standard piece has one bar that goes all the way across. It's split like that and she'll wallow out. David's part has two bars, they attach to each other, and it's rock solid. Instead of it going one piece, it's got a secondary piece here, and it rocks like this. If you can see that I'm going back and forth. You just have to check out the video. David, is there anything else you want to say that we're missing here?
I think we pretty much covered it. It's a fully CNC part, machined out of cold-rolled stainless steel. We do make some carbon steel, too, as well, for making blued safeties, stuff like that. but it's top quality manufactured out of top quality material. So
now I had another gun, another 1911 that I liked minimal bulk type of ambidextrous safeties. Do you have that type of product as well? And what I mean by minimal bulk, it doesn't the lever does not extend out that long. It's just a little piece, just enough to get your finger on it to do it, and it doesn't get in the way of things.
We do. I actually modified one for. There's a fantastic gunsmith out of Nevada. His name is Terry Tussey. He was voted Pistol Smith of the Year, actually. And I modified one of these for him to actually be a left-handed only single-sided safety. We're that confident in.
How you like that, right-handed shooters?
Exactly right. But we're confident enough in this safety that we'll go ahead and modify this if you want to. We'll cut off pads or we'll narrow them, whatever you like. But it's one of the only safeties out there, if not the only safety out there, that it's truly strong enough that you can make it a single-sided safety, left hand only, and manipulate that thing without having to worry about it giving up on you.
That's a pretty interesting concept. I'd like to look at that. Are you able to give prices, or is it too much of a variable to give a general price range of what it would take for somebody to install one of these things? And once again, it's called the Rock Lock Ambi Safety, but is there any boundaries of what it costs to do this?
Well, the retail price on these is $150.
Okay.
Okay. Installation will depend on who you get to do it.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something on the price. I've bought many ambidextrous safeties, and they're not cheap, okay? And we just discussed how they can wear out. So what you're looking at here, and I'm looking at the product up close and personal, is well made, and the price is appropriate. So,
well, what's so significant about this is I recently talked to a man who is a left-handed competitive shooter. Before my safety, he put 5 safeties in one gun. They kept breaking. Yeah, he wore them out. He broke them. The last one broke on him at the national finals competition. Okay, so you get right there to the top tier and your gun gives up. That's not a good feeling. Okay, but he put 5 safeties in one gun before he met us.
Wow, I bet you he loves you now.
Hadn't broke one yet.
Okay. All right, 30 seconds. Any final words?
Well, we would love to get this product out there for people who can use it, people that need it, especially people in competition or tactical. That's who we built it for, is people that rely on their sidearm.
Okay, once again, give us your website that people can go check it out.
TatumTactical.com.
Tatum Tactical, TATUM Tactical.com. David, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate it. And what we're going to do now, Paul, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break. And when we come back, we're going to be going over a product demo from Blackjack Firearms. So today's a day of product demos, everybody. There's going to be another good one coming up. So we'll see you on the other side.